What's up, everybody? Welcome to the stream. I have food in my mouth, and I apologize. Guys, we are here tonight with my man, Rob Finds Treasure, with the amazing Ravenhawk coins, and our special guest tonight is Dan from Coin Help You guys. Welcome them all to the chat, and why don't each and every one of you say hello?
Well, I'm going to say hello since I'm on your, I guess it's your left, even though it's right on screen. But either way, hi, everyone. Welcome to the chat. I'm looking forward to having a discussion with Daniel and Raven and Seeker. And yeah, let's get this started.
Did that say Happy New Year?
Happy.
Someone said wrong countdown. Did that say Happy New Year?
Hey, good to see everybody in the house, and I hope everybody's having a good night. Can't wait to talk to Daniel, Rob, and Seeker, and do our thing. Get to know what's going on and talk about some current events.
That is what's up. And what about you, Daniel?
Same here, man. Yeah, this is Daniel, Coin Help You, for those of you who don't know. And I'm excited to get started talking with Rob and Raven and Silver Seeker.
Me too. So, guys, you know how we do this? We do it once every other week. We did have to miss last week because Rob lives down in Texas, where all of the ice storms and the power going out and everything like that was. So we had to postpone it. We were going to have Daniel last week, but he is here this week instead. Last week, I was fortunate enough to be featured on Daniel's channel. He decided to go live, and I hopped into the chat, and he said, "Hey, what the heck? Why don't you come on in, Seeker?" So I did. Wasn't ready for that, but it was really fun because you were in a bad area at first, and then the internet for him went down, so I was live all by myself in full screen on Dan's channel. I'm like,
I checked my channel, someone put in the comments. That's funny.
It's like, I'm taking over.
It was cool, man. I love it.
Fastest way to gain subs is just grab someone's channel that has more than you.
I was so glad you stayed on because we ended up having some really good discussion, man. That was really cool. I loved it.
Thank you.
We got a $20 Coin Crew super chat when Seeker wants to pin that. It says, "Wow, what an amazing group to entertain us tonight. This is awesome. Hello, everyone, and welcome Coin Help You."
Wow, what's up, Coin Crew with the 20? Thank you so much for that, man. You didn't have to do that. He's fine. He's fine. He can stay here. Thank you so much. I'm sorry, Mrs. Seeker was trying to get the dog to leave the room, but he didn't want to. Coin Crew, thank you so much for that super chat. So, guys, you know how it works tonight. Feel free to ask questions. We're going to be here for just an hour. We're going to go off right at about 8 o'clock, so a minute or two beforehand. We will say our goodbyes. So we'll be here for just an hour tonight, and we're here to answer any questions that you guys may have. If there's something you have for any specific, feel free to tag a specific person. Of course, we will try and get to every single question that we can, but as you guys know, sometimes it's really tough when the chat starts going really fast to answer every single question. But if we miss any of them, we apologize. It's not on purpose, and we're not ignoring anybody. The only thing, obviously, is don't ask anything too personal. Other than that, we will try and answer everything that we can.
Seeker, can I make a small announcement if possible?
Of course you can.
You guys know I don't plug my own channel very often. I'm not trying to plug it, but I am 50 subs away right now from my 90,000 subscriber. And when I hit that, I will have a giveaway. I'm not going to announce it till I hit it. I don't want to say I'm going to give something away as I grow there, but you guys know I do that periodically. So if you're not subscribed and at the end of this chat, subscribe, great. If I'm too loud and you unsubscribe, I get it as well. But either way, I'm 50 subs away. It'd be cool to hit 90K tonight. We'll see. Otherwise, tomorrow, I'm sure I'll hit it before my stream or during my stream.
Awesome, guys. Please make sure you go over to Rob's channel and subscribe.
I mean, 50's nothing. Come on.
Yeah.
You get that today, man.
We're almost there.
All right. So let's see. I'm going to scroll up and see if I can grab it. I saw a couple of questions pop up. Copper wants you to know, Rob and me, that he found an 88p no FG and a 72 DDR. Copper and Silverstacker, didn't you get an email back from Wexler about that? Is that correct? Was that you? I think that was you that had posted it in the Discord. Very, very awesome find, man. That is great. NC Prospectors wants to say, Rob, what's up? We have Seeker going to be hard to top Saturday. Saturday was insane, guys, and insane in a good way, and thank you so much. For all of your support. Sister Seeker says, Mom wants to know if you're playing with your Viking friends tonight.
Hey, I love the Vikings, man. I watch that. I watched every episode. I'm a Vikings fan.
Oh, my goodness. All right. Carrie wants to know, my first time here, is there anything I should be doing or just listen and learn? If you have any questions, Carrie, feel free to ask them. Other than that, exactly what you said, listen and, maybe you learn something. I don't know.
But welcome.
But yeah, absolutely. Welcome. I'm sorry.
There was a question.
Dan has one for Coin Help You.
It says, where is a good source to look up offset dies and are they common? I'm not really sure what you mean by offset dies. I don't think there's something confused here because you might have a double strike coin, or you might have are you talking about where it was offset and it made a double die? You know, I mean, they're pretty common for some years, if that's what you're talking about, double dies. And 72 is known for a lot of double dies. I mean, some years are known for a lot.
72 has a ton of varieties. Oh, yeah. I had a guy email me. I forget who it was. Oh, shoot. He said something to me that got me like a little excited. He was saying, I was coin collecting with my dad for like a long time. I even have a sealed bag from the bank of 1972s. I'm like, oh my God, that's a 5,000 count bag, by the way. You don't know how badly I would love to.
No doubt.
Heck yeah.
Oh man.
My channel is about the coin dealer side of the coins. I do videos on basically things that happen at the coin shop, things that I buy. I do videos on what to look for and some change to try to steer people towards the main money coins instead of just looking for anything, any anomalies. So.
Right.
That was just a couple I got tagged in, guys.
Richard,
I'm kind of new to this with you guys, so they're probably going to do that, I guess.
No, you're fine. Absolutely, man. Feel free to interject at any time. Same with Raven. Raven hasn't been able to say much yet either. I'm sorry. Guys, everyone here is obviously welcome to interject at any time. We just do our best not to talk over each other, but we try and get to as many questions as possible. So right. I'm assuming this one is aimed at Coin Help You. He says, I stopped into my LCS this afternoon, super busy. So busy, I'm assuming that he means that he turned around. Are you seeing heavy action at your local LCS also? I guess that would be for any of us.
Yeah, it's constant, guys. I mean, it's really busy. There's never been, and you've been in it a while. This is the biggest demand I've ever seen. And I remember 2013, 11, 12. I mean, I remember. I've not seen it like this before.
What were you going to say, Raven?
So Miss Raven, of course, went to the RLCS today and ended up having to help the guy run the shop because there's so many people there.
Wow.
She ended up staying for a couple hours and helped him out because there's that many people at the coin shop. Which you don't see that. I mean, I live in Oklahoma. I mean, come on. Our population, we have a decent population, but not like other big states, So that tells you something. Sunday,
they have the Hilliard show in Columbus at Hilliard, there by the fairgrounds. My former partner went there. He came in the shop today or yesterday, and he told me, he said there was 4 guys that did the early bird. They went around and they bought every bit of silver, 90%, silver eagles, bullion bars, whatever they could buy. So it's on, guys. It's on. If you want it, I guess you're going to have to buy it as high as it might be.
I mean, it's funny because all these media reports you see saying that the silver squeeze isn't real, but when you look at the demand for physical silver, it's absolutely insane. It's kind of mind blowing to me that you could even have a day where the silver price drops right now. But I mean, obviously it dropped today. Of course, it had a pretty big upswing yesterday, so I guess.
Yeah, I was going to say it's still doing well.
Okay, Dan M clarified. He's talking about coins that have rotated obverse or reverse. It's the die that's turned wrong. It's installed wrong. It's not because the coin or the die is messed up. It just was put in a little off to the left or the right, and it causes a rotated die. That's what that is.
Yep.
So you won't find any dies like that. As far as finding coins, it's very common in older coins. Larger denominations, sometimes they say if you find an Eisenhower dollar like that, it's going to be worth some money. If you find a Morgan dollar, it'll add a little value to it. It just depends.
Right. Sterling says, what do you think about the increase?
Yes, I'm from Ohio, Copper and Silver Stacker. Sorry.
No, you're good. He says, what do you think about the increasing premium on the 2020 WV75? I don't call that coin, that's not a premium. That's just what they're going for. Like when you're talking about a premium, you're talking about a price over spot for bulk coinage. When you're talking about something like the V75, that's just what they're going for. That's just their price. But yes, they have been going up that I've seen. So I'm still mad at myself because I was at a coin show and I tried to order that thing on my phone and that did not happen. I should have waited. Should have waited to leave until after that came out so I could try it from my PC with my good internet and not on my cell phone with horrible internet at a show. Let's see. I have a 2005 cent DOU. Double left or triple struck. PCGS says it's fake. So is there anywhere else? If PCGS says it's fake, it's probably fake. I wouldn't even spend any more money trying to get that. Just being honest.
Yeah, you're not gonna go to like Annex and them say, "Oh wait, it's authentic." They all go by the same parameters, guys.
The only time you would do something different is if you sent in a coin to PCGS or NGC that is not one of their recognized slabbed varieties, but it is a Wexler variety. Then you would put it through Annex to get the Wexler's DDO code on it, if you will. Outside of that, though, if they say it's fake, it's probably fake.
Right. Agreed. Hey, Robert Raven, can you take over for me for just 1 minute? I'll be right back.
Sure.
Go ahead, Raven.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. So let's get some of these questions. I can't pin any of the questions, but there were some good ones here. Let's see here. What would you say is the best channel to learn about Confederate currency? I have a friend who has had some and wants to sell them, trying to help him out to find the correct price. Mr. Turtle, if you want to send me an email, I can get you in touch with a reputable currency dealer. If you have some very nice examples you want them to see. But I don't know a specific channel that would be able to just have that much information on Confederate currency off the top. Do you guys know anything?
There's not a channel, but there is a website and a dealer that is, I'm trying to find it here. Off the top of my head, I haven't been there in a while because I haven't messed with a lot of currency. It's mostly been silver and gold. Yeah, I'll probably have to send an email to here. Here it is. Yes, it's called Old Currency Buyers. It's actually Old Currency Buyer.
Yep.
oldcurrencyvalues.com. They're very knowledgeable. You can send them an email and they'll tell you what they're worth. They're always buying, so they're pretty high buyers too. Mm-hmm. Now, I've not sold to them, so I can't say that, anything else other than they just, appear to be really professional and they're in the know. So.
Nice. And even their site, Daniel, provides pretty good parameters around values and what is even sellable. People think that a common red seal, for example, is going to be sellable, but they give you pretty good parameters to decide whether you should pursue looking into it as well.
Sure do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because they've got, even their site itself has the information, tells you about stuff. Yeah. Yeah.
Here's a good coin question. To submit a 2-ounce coin to NGC, does it have to be in a slip, or can you send in the capsule you receive it in from the mint? If a slip, what size as to not damage the coin?
Well, when you send in to NGC, you can put it in anything you want, but you're going to have to pay them to remove it.
Yeah.
So there are larger flips, but they're 1.5 by 1.5. And a 2-ounce might fit in there. I know I can fit an ounce and a fourth, but I think it'd be all right if you did a 1.5 by 1.5. They're large enough, I think, for a 2-ounce, but not anything bigger. But just put it in the capsule and let them remove it. They'll charge you more. Just put down there, you have to pay for it. That way you feel more, maybe safe that your coin is going to make it there. Sounds like bullion, though. I don't know if I'd be sending that off or not, unless it's something really rare. Maybe a Libertad proof or something. Buy low, sell high, and supply and demand.
I saw a comment for Daniel or me. It does say it's from Tennessee Treasure Finder, and I'm not sure, Daniel, maybe you might know. Is there a site that lists all the counterfeit and copies of coins and bills?
There's not any one site that lists them all. I have a lot of information on that myself.
Yeah.
But there is, matter of fact, I got a, this is a guy from Germany, and might be able to get a hold of him. And I wanted to buy these by the case, and I wanted to give them out or sell them. This is a really good information. Shows you the real and the fake. So the guy's name is Sebastian Winchowski. I wish I could find out more information, but something like this I would recommend. Pcgs has a really good book. It's Pcgs, I think it's grading, and then it has all the counterfeits and things like that in it. I have to take it back. NGC does have a list of counterfeits. Just type in NGC counterfeit coins, and they do have it. They have the gold, silver, and you can go down through. I forgot about that. NGC does have that. Matter of fact.
And 9 times out of 10, when you have an older bill, all you have to do is bring up the year, the type of bill, and the serial number. And there's a lot of known counterfeits just off of the serial number because they were mass produced with that specific serial number. So you can figure out bills really quickly as well.
Oh, we're talking about currency still? I didn't know if it was one about
No, Daniel. Bill, he didn't specify, so I was just giving the other side of the coin.
Okay, cool. I was like, man, here I am talking about coins.
No, he didn't specify, so.
I apologize, guys. I had to handle something between my kiddos. So, sorry about that.
I know that feeling.
All right. Is my channel going to be deleted tomorrow by YouTube because of something you did on it?
Well,
no, but we did. we did have an interesting troll that I bounced out of the room. Yeah,
no problem.
Says here, Carrie Strom. Carrie Strom, can I send a picture to one of you by email? It's a nickel that is super cool. Partial face on the front, partial pick on back. Beautiful nickel, and I've looked online and see nothing like it.
Did you look at off center? Misaligned die? You know, I mean, sometimes multiple struck on a. Yeah, I mean, you know, my email is portsmouthcoinshop@gmail.com. I mean, you can send me a picture.
Yeah,
in my health community or something.
You can probably send it to any of us. The problem is I can't promise you I'll have time to look at it, but I'll try. Chris Colby says, which is the best resource to look at varieties? I would go with Variety Vista, especially for cents.
Yeah.
So
hey, you gotta look at AG47 Recon's comment.
Silver Seeker, since we have a new rover on Mars, what are your guys' opinion on the 09 VDB penny used for calibration on the Curiosity rover? It's been there since 2012. Is it an 09S VDB or just an 09 VDB? Kind of cool that it's on another planet, though.
Yeah, that is kind of neat.
I can't see it.
I pinned it on. I pinned it. If you're looking at the
yeah, I see it here now. Yeah.
Okay.
I know it's right in front of my face. It's trying to bite me if it's a snake.
That's all right. That's kind of cool. I actually didn't know that there was an 09 VDB penny on Mars, but that is pretty cool.
Yeah, I didn't know that either.
All right. Sea Monkey Metals, Silver Seeker. How about a modern U.S. struck Nui coin die mismatch error? 2020 obverse, 2019 reverse. Who would verify that?
Go to Koneka forum, post an image of it. Let them take a look at it if you think you got something new. Koneka is the best place if you think you have something new. They'll tell you, and they'll tell you to send it to them or not.
There you go.
I'm not an attributor. I can tell you what a double die is. I can tell you if it's something special, but I'm really into what's known.
Yeah,
I don't waste my time on discoveries or something I can't find anywhere. I usually know what it is anyways.
Here we go. This one's for you, Rob.
I was digging through some things at the house and found a couple of bills from the 1980s that are the Disney dollars. How collectible do you think they could or would be? So I'm not. I've said this before. I'm not an expert on bills, let alone novelty type bills like the Disney dollars. Now you can narrow it down to two things. One, it's Disney, so it's sellable no matter what. If anything Disney is going to be collectible, especially if it was only a series produced a certain year or a few years, or it has a way to identify that it is from those years. But that being said, there's a lot of resources online. You probably could literally Google 1980s Disney dollars. You could probably check them out on eBay and see how much they're selling for sold listings. Outside of that, unless someone on the panel has information, I wouldn't be able to do anything other than do that kind of research myself because I'm not familiar with 80s Disney dollars.
Yeah. The only thing I would add is there's some of them graded that are worth some money.
Yeah.
You can go on eBay and you can see them sell. There are certain ones that do have a lot of value, but there's not all of them. They all have some value. I've sold them before, but yeah. eBay is a great place to see how much they're selling for lately. Go to sold auctions, not what someone's trying to sell it for. That's the best thing.
Absolutely.
I'll take Coin Crew really quick, only because Seeker, I love VAMs myself. I know you do too.
Whoa. All right, if it's anything other than VAM World, then I will accept.
Well, then Is it anything other than you that I can't talk? Go ahead, Seeker.
No. Go ahead, Rob.
I was just gonna say, you know what? You can pretty much. There's two types of VAMs that I look for. It's either gonna be the top 100 VAMs for Morgans or all Morgan VAMs by year. And if you want to nitpick all Morgan VAMs, that's up to you. I'm only looking for ones recognized by slabbers or ones that are in the top 100, which typically are recognized by most slab companies. Outside of that, for piece dollars, I look at the top 50 piece dollar VAMs and all piece dollar VAMs the same way by year. So you can just Google Morgan dollar VAMs or Morgan dollar top 100 VAMs, and then piece dollar VAMs, piece dollar top 50, and that's by VAM World. And it gives you pictures, descriptions. It shows you everything you would ever need to know as far as other die markers. You almost can't go wrong pulling up those sites and narrowing it down. And they even show you next to the VAM, if it has a picture of the N or the PCGS logo, then it tells you that they will slab it with that variation on there.
Buy the book.
I used to have that book.
Oh,
but
man.
I haven't opened that book.
You want to know how they struck them? The presses, everything. It's right here, guys.
Oh, I know. I'm just saying.
I mean, I'm talking to everybody that's watching this.
Well, I guess, Daniel, that's why I go to Variety Vista for everything, because I used to have the cherry pickers guides, and those things now updated are so damn expensive. I'd rather just get the free stuff online.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, Van World's a great place, and if you can't find it and you just want to send it off to Annex, because Annex does a really good job of researching. There's also another one. What's it called? Not Verislab. It's something else. They'll verify the VAM and put a sticker on it.
And thank you, by the way, Coin Crew, for the 5. And guys, if you haven't checked out Coin Crew, make sure that you do. Their channel is growing very well right now. You can find them by just searching Coin Crew. Also, Gilbert Rogers with the $1. Thank you so much. I missed another question.
Yeah, we've had a couple of them.
Here's one. Silver Seeker, Coin Help, Rob, Raven. If somebody bought futures for delivery, how much cash would it take? Well, futures contract is 5,000 ounces. So just 5,000 times spot essentially is what you need to think. But futures contract is 5,000 ounces of silver, so a lot, a lot of money.
And as far as delivery, I don't. Some financial institutions aren't even guaranteeing delivery, from what I understand.
TD Ameritrade doesn't even allow delivery. When you get the first notice that delivery is due, you have to move your position. You can't even hold it.
Unbelievable.
I want to do a really quick. The guy, it's eSurf Rider. I caught this one, and Crew. Do you recommend getting modern proof conserve with NCS? I do not.
No.
No.
I just want to answer that. I caught that
That's
one.
4 no's.
Yeah, they're not worth it. I mean, you're going to pay. I mean, it's going to cost you $60-some to have it conserved.
Yeah.
Most of them aren't worth that much. I mean, I guess if you had a 70 Buffalo 2001, you're still going to have about break even in it.
Right.
Yeah.
How come most coin dealers, silver dealers, do not want to pay much for graded coins? I mean, that one's addressed at Rob, but I have an answer for that. But go ahead, Rob.
No, go ahead, Seeker. I'd rather you answer it.
I'm going to say I've never experienced that. In my experience, usually you can get somewhere between 80 and 85% of gray sheet for slabbed coins. So I've never experienced that. The only time that would vary is on modern, because modern coins and slabs, absolutely most of the time they don't care about the slab. Like maybe if it's a 70, but if someone sent off a bunch of, like, let's just say, for example, 2020 proof sets, if those were 69s, they come back 69s, they may as well not even be in the holder.
Right.
If that makes any sense.
Same thing with Silver Eagles, except for a 96 or a 94 or an 86, even some of the 80s. But yeah, as you said, 85% of gray sheet. Well, I can tell you right now, I know me and some other dealers paying gray sheet and a little bit above, just depending on what it is. Morgan dollars and piece dollars are hot.
And paying gray sheet, Daniel, for even perceived grades. I mean, if someone brings in a BU Morgan dollar, and you can argue that no matter what, it's an MS63, you're going to pay MS63 gray sheet anyway.
I mean, you bring in a CC that I know is a BU, I'm going to be paying pretty good money for it. I mean, I might only make 10 or 15 on it, but I want to get that coin.
Heck yeah.
Yeah. Let's see. Here, Raven, this weekend I picked up a 1901 PMG 30 Bison note. Beautiful, I tell you, just beautiful.
Oh, nice. Those Bison notes are unbelievable. The artwork in the older United States currencies, I really wish they'd bring some of that back. Yeah. Just because of how beautiful it truly was. And the Bison note's one of my absolute favorites.
Same here.
Same here. Yeah.
Oh, I love
That's
the
a
old
great
educational
pickup.
notes.
I do.
Too.
I love it.
Yeah, the old educational notes are really
the wood
nice.
choppers and man,
portholes.
That's stuff that I really like to see. The education note is really good too.
Oh, gorgeous.
Yeah.
Here's
That's
one straight for Coin Help You.
Going to my first coin show. I'm pretty excited. What should I expect? What kind of deals should I look for? I'll tell you what to expect. Just be yourself and have a great time. Go in with a smile, leave with a smile, and keep a smile on your face. I guarantee you get treated right. As far as deals are concerned, silver's hot right now. You're probably not going to find a lot of deals in silver, so maybe some copper. Maybe if you're into large cents or something like that. Like I said, it's hard to find good deals right now. It's pretty hot.
Yep.
So, and I'm not sure what you're looking for. If you're a little more specific, I can probably help you out with it.
I think one of the things I did when I went to my first coin show, it was I took a picture of all of my albums or the pages that were missing coins so that I wouldn't duplicate buying something or I would upgrade something. I mean, I know you can write a hand list, but I just took pictures of coins that I wanted to fill some of my albums with. That way I went there specifically looking for some things, but also I did fall victim of the ooh and ah moments of things that I wanted to get even though I already had.
Yes, very good idea on there, by the way. I have some people come in with their phones doing the same thing.
Yeah, and the last thing I would say, and maybe most dealers don't love this, but you're probably not going to get the best deals the first day as far as that were already in place. But if you show up the last day, the last 4 or 5 hours, dealers I have found are more willing to make deals. That way they don't have to repack their stuff up and bring it back to their shop. So if you're really just looking to save some money and fill some holes in your collection, then the last day, the last several hours are probably your best way of making the best bargains for you and for them.
Same goes with silver, actually. Sometimes, especially, right now would be really rough, but like when silver's not so hot, the last day of the show when they're packing up, they don't want to carry all that weight. They'll cut you a good deal.
Yeah.
Matt Poe asks, has there ever been a legit coin with 2 obverses or 2 reverses? No. The way that they strike coins, that can't happen.
Had what now?
Like, 2 heads or 2 tails.
There is one nickel with 2 reverse.
I was going to say there is one proven nickel that is correct.
I did not know that.
Really? Yeah, just one. And just one. Reverse. It's 2 reverse dies, I believe. Yeah.
How is there more than one of them, or is there just one?
One that I know of. I don't know of any others.
It's got to be a mint employee that did it. I mean,
that's what I was going to say. That sounds like a manufactured error.
But there is one. So is it possible? Yes, it is possible, but it's not possible in the minting process unless someone strategically does it, in my opinion.
Fair enough. Thank you. I actually learned something. I did not know that. I know that the way they mint coins, that's really not possible. It has to be manufactured. There's no way.
Yes.
But okay.
Most errors are. I mean,
a
dime struck on a nail.
Right.
Yeah.
Technically impossible.
A dime struck on a nail. Isn't that an awesome piece, though? Think about it. That's awesome.
I mean, can you imagine opening up that roll?
What do you guys think about the silver market as in the demand and the premium increase? Well,
we've been talking simple economics.
Go ahead.
Supply and demand. Yeah, sorry. I mean, it is simple economics. The more demand happens, the more price is going to go up. That's just how economics work. And then also we can all talk by experience of just seeing the boom on YouTube. The popularity in the coin roll hunting stuff has gone way big. Seeker and Rob have insanely big audiences right now. And just literally, the stores, you're going to coin shops and seeing crowds.
There we go.
Actual crowds.
I was saying Coin Help You has a big channel as well.
Yeah, well.
Yes.
I'm the small channel in the group. Let's say that.
But with a big beard and big knowledge.
Hopefully,
I'm telling you, I don't care. I'm never going to underestimate the power of our channels. And I know you don't like the word. What was an influencer? But man, what was that the word we were carrying on about?
You made it sound much better after you had said that, though.
I mean, because you got to think for a minute, okay? I mean, anybody can say they're experts, or they are, or they're not. But we definitely influence people because when we say something, people trust us. We're going to tell them the truth. If we don't know it, we're going to say, this is where you go to find out. How can you get better than that? It's like today. Matter of fact, if he's in here, his name's Daryl. I want to give him a shout out. Hopefully he can hear me. He comes into the shop and he says, dude, you're going to get 100,000. You totally deserve it. man, people need to meet you. You don't even know. You are honest. And I brought my daughter to meet you, so she knows you're real and knows where to go. And I brought up on the screen, we were looking at, I was trying to buy a 1928 ICG off of, and we looked at how much it went for. I said, well, I can pay you this much. I mean, how much more transparent can you get? I mean, as a dealer, seriously. I mean, I don't know how more honest and fair and, so we made a deal and I bought all these coins, so.
I just wanted to chime in before we get into this. First, I want to say, Chris K, thank you so much for the 5. He says, hello, my beautiful peeps. Love, Rob. I sent out that box to you.
I know. I thanked him in the chat. Thank you, Chris. I can't wait to use the chips.
That's awesome. And then we had another $1 super chat. Thank you so much to that as well, dude. I appreciate that. That really helps out. Dalton, to that question, one thing that I wanted to add to that is when you're talking about the premium, I think right now with as hot as silver is physically, I think the premium is just an example of the fact that the paper price on silver is just not the same as what the physical price of silver is. It's just the way it is. I mean, you can, if you really want to get silver at, $27.50 an ounce, you can certainly go out and buy on the COMEX a futures contract and get it for that. The problem is that what people want is what they can have in their hand. And unfortunately, right now, you're just going to have to pay more to get it that way. But, I mean, I'm sure Daniel can speak to this. The shops are actually paying more for silver right now than they have been in the past as well across the counter. Granted, they need to make money. They need to turn a profit, so they're not going to pay you what they're selling it for. I mean, that they can't do that. But they're paying more for rounds today than they were this time last year, I'm sure. So
yeah, I mean, it's just it can be argued that finally numismatics has caught up with Silver Eagles and silver in general. And, to say that is before, there was a small premium. Now, if you want it, you're going to pay, like an 86, you paid for an 86 or a 96 or a 94, you paid more because they were better years. Now you pay more for all of them, even the ones that, because there's a lot of people in the hobby. There's new people in the hobby buying, which you don't like to see people get in just because it's hot and it's high. You want them to stay in it and be sustainable, but still yet you can't knock the demand. It's there. And then also it can be argued that since 17 all the way to January of 2020, a lot of gold commemoratives, silver commemoratives, a lot of 90% was being took to the smelter. I know for a fact how much that guy is making here in this area, how much he was melting and sending to the Canadian Mint and some other places, some other contracts he had. This could also be a result of that because there's not as much 90% as there used to be. It was melted forever. I mean, and then commemoratives, I probably had 3 big orders, several $100s a piece of people buying commemoratives off my website. So, at one time somebody was saying, hey, we'll pay 50 cents less than melt. And they were all taking them to refinery. This was a Columbus dealers. So I can't speak for every state, but I know in my little neck of the woods, that was going on a lot. Gold, even.
I believe it happened back in the 80s, too. Remember?
Pre-33 gold, by the way.
Yeah.
Right. Wow. Yeah,
what happened is that it went down to, 14 or 15 or something like that, and then it started creeping up in 19. I think it was at the Sharonville show. I remember it was up there a little bit. And they was already to make 200 or so an ounce. That why not just take it, and it's better than sitting there with it and having all your money tied up in it. Right. A lot of dealers were doing that.
67 Pony Survivor says, I am planning on my first grading submission to PCGS. Should I go through my local dealer or submit myself? I'll let you handle this one, Dan, because you're a local dealer.
Okay.
I pinned it on the screen.
Yeah, I see it there. I'm reading it. If your local dealer is a PCGS dealer, then he can send off for you. If he's not supposed to, but I'm sure he still can. I would at least talk to him. Sit down with them and talk to them. I actually have a video that walks you through doing it online yourself. It's really simple, and might save you a little bit of money. But yeah, I mean, maybe it would be good to sit down with someone who's experienced at it. I would recommend the local dealer if he does it.
I would add to that the good thing about taking it into a local dealer is that the dealer may advise you on whether or not it's worth your money, because a lot of people, especially with their first grade, they're not. They might be sending something in that's really not worth what it's going to cost you to get it graded. So, you may think, let's say you have $1, a silver dollar that you think, oh, this has got to be an MS-66. He's like, yeah, it's not going to get better than the 62. You know what I mean? Or maybe even he sees a little bit of wear on it.
And I also want to add to that, you don't want to go in timid, because it can hurt your feelings if your coin's not what you think it is, because it may not be.
Right.
Seriously, that happens a lot. Don't think the guy's trying to rip you off and get it from you and tell you it's less than what it is. I mean, if he's a true, legit person that sends off the Pcgs and he's a good dealer, he won't do that to you. He's trying to be honest.
Well,
give him the benefit of the doubt.
And just don't, and tell him you're not interested in selling at that. I mean, that way he's not going to try and get it from you. Just say, look, I want to know if this is worth sending off or not, or should I just put it back in my book? If you're really worried about it.
I do think, based on the wording of Pony Survivor's question, I'm planning on my first grading submission. You know, if it's your first of what you perceive as many, I think definitely going to your dealer and showing the coins and asking if they're worth grading is good. I also think, though, if you're somebody who's going to be serious about submissions and collecting high-grade coins, then probably you would want to familiarize yourself by getting a membership. You get the 4 vouchers anyway, and as long as they're not variety submissions and they're modern coins, or they're not even modern coins, if they're just not varieties or there's no extra designations, then use the vouchers and work yourself through the process. But I do think if it's your first ever and you're not very good at grading, then definitely take them into a dealer or take them to somebody who can give you some perception on whether or not they're going to be worth grading fees after they receive their grade.
Yep. Anything you want to add to that, Raven?
Yeah, I agree. If you have a really good local coin shop, coin dealer, and you're not good at grading yourself, that is a really good resource because, they're going to tell you, hey, your 1964 Washington quarter is not worth grading, versus your 1884 CC, Morgan dollar, which definitely you would get grade if it was nice. So that's a big plus. But I also think it's nice, too, that there's a couple channels that have put out, ways to submit. Rob's done it. I've done it. I think, Seeker, have you done a PCGS video, of course?
Yes.
Yeah, so there's a lot of resources for that, too, if you're somebody that likes to just kind of, roll your sleeves up and do it yourself. But I think your very first time is the smart thing is to go to a trustworthy local dealer.
Yep. And I'm trying to get to all the super chats here. This one's not a question. He just says, I totally agree with you. At Coin Help You, we have a responsibility to the viewers to give good and accurate information.
Yep.
Thank you for saying that.
Could we figure out who's got static by muting all of our mics one at a time?
Sure. So everyone's muted but me. Now it's me and Rob. Rob, say something.
Let me go ahead and turn my mic off.
No, I muted you. I had you muted. Say something, Coin. I had you muted, Rob. Go ahead and say something, Dan.
I hear static.
Okay, I'm unmuted, or can you hear me?
You sound fine. All right. Well, Raven.
Yeah.
I think it's you, Rob.
You think it's me?
I think so.
You think? Well, I hear static, and so does the chat.
Yeah, I hear it coming through big time, just like, Let me see something on mine here.
That fixed it.
Now do you hear it?
Oh, it's back again.
All right, it's me. Hold on. Go ahead.
Come on, Seeker.
Smeller's a feller.
Smeller's the feller.
You know what? This happened the last time, I think.
Is this better?
No.
No, it's there again.
Okay.
Smeller's the feller.
Oh man, that's too funny.
Oh, I want to tell you before we started live, and I showed you the little yourself pour. It's mine. It's not going anywhere.
Oh, it's awesome. I was wondering if you
I've had it for a year. Why would I sell it though? I mean, I don't know. If I do anything, I'd do a giveaway.
What serial number is on there? Do you remember?
Let me see.
How about now?
Still bad.
What the heck?
0006.
Wow.
That's your 6 pour.
Yeah, and now that I know the serial number, I can look at my log and see who sold it.
There we go.
I
don't. You know what? I have a round. I never got one of the poured bars.
That's my 6th bar.
Crazy. No, man. I mean, it's cool. I just thought it was cool. Someone brought it in, and I didn't really know Rob's Finds Treasures, and I chimed in a couple of the lives and said hi. And then I tried to tell you I had this, and you were too busy.
I was like this.
It is. It's hard to do when you're by yourself. Even with us, we see all these chats, and you want to say hi to everybody, and it's hard to.
Can you hear me?
Yeah. Behind the static.
I just want to say this: everybody that's in the chats, hello. You don't have to be here, and I appreciate that you are. That's the bottom line.
Hey guys, go on without me while I figure this out. You can read more questions.
$50 make you holler. There we go.
Hey.
Cool.
Let's see here. Silver Seeker, Rob, French Treasure, could you spend 1 minute answering Nagy's silver question about your thoughts on platinum? Yes, I saw his questions. I do think platinum's undervalued, but, you know, silver's undervalued in my opinion as well, and has been for quite a while. And if you think it's low and you can afford to get it, then you make a educated decision, you know.
I agree, but I'll be very honest. I've only been a stacker until now, at least, of gold and silver. I have not delved into platinum or palladium or any of the other metals yet.
Daniel, how did you get roped into being in here with this group? Got to watch the company you keep.
How about now?
There you go.
All right. I hate voicemails.
I like this company.
What is it?
I might be working all three of them, whatever you think they are. I worked, like I said, guys, 15 years at a prison. And I can tell you something, just because someone might look mean and all that, don't think that they're the meanest guy in the joint. No, it's the guy that's kind of quiet that gets you when you ain't looking. He's scheming and planning.
I know I missed a couple of super chats. I'm going to try and find them. Here's one, though. He's released. Craggle says, I have a plan. Let's pull resources and build a time machine.
I want to go back and get some CCs from the CC Mint, Carson City Mint. That's what I want to do.
That'd be nice just to do that.
I want to go back to 1889. I want to get all the BU ones I can.
Just a sack of them.
Yeah, 1,000 sack of. Absolutely. Let me pick them off the line.
And if not, be a good poker player and try to win with the tables.
Yep.
Man, I'd lose my hind end.
Yeah, me too.
Seeker, this guy Chame has asked this question a bunch of times.
I know. I don't have a way to tell you that right off the top of my head, man.
Yeah.
Doug Ford?
No, he's asking about the price of a...
What would you pay for an 05 Kansas struck through obverse and reverse quarter?
I would have to see it. I need to know what grade, what company.
It would be really hard to just answer that on the fly, just being answered. But if you are honest, but if you want to hit me up in Discord or send me an email, or Coin Help You or whoever's here.
Yeah. And that truck throws don't do anything. Now it'd have to be really dramatic.
Yeah.
Well, graded reputably.
Coin Crew said he wouldn't mind going back to 2010 and investing in Bitcoin.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, you really wouldn't have to go back to the 1800s. Just go back in 10 years and you buy whatever you want anyway.
Oh, guys, I got a story. I hate to admit it, but I had someone wanting to pay me in Bitcoin back then. $200.
We all have those stories, man.
Yeah.
I was like, I ain't doing that. What's wrong with you? I ain't doing that. And, man, if I would have just done it. I can't even get into my Coinbase right now.
I had a guy that owed me money, said, hey, I'm just going to give you 600 Bitcoin just because. And I said, I don't want that crap. You know, that was when it was like 20, 30 cents a coin or something. And I was like, you know, it's fake. It doesn't make sense to me.
Same
and now I'm going, man, 600 of those, I'd have been rich. You'd have never heard of Ravenhawk. You know?
Well, we probably would have, because your channel started before Bitcoin really made its major move.
Yeah. Okay, you would have saw me for a little bit.
There you go. I have an 1884 GSA in the holder. Should I take it out and get? Don't take
it out.
No,
do not take it out.
Send it in. They'll grade it in the holder.
Yes.
Yeah.
NGC will put a little strap around it. PCGS to throw it in a big heavy slab, but you can get that graded without. Yeah. Do not take it out.
No, that's actually your provenance for that coin without having any issue. That basically is a free ticket in of, hey, this is what it says it is.
Right.
You know?
Doug Ford had a question up there. Do you think the Mint moving the Air Force medal to be announced as a sign they're having a hard time getting silver? It could be, but I wouldn't know that. It could be a lot of things.
Yeah, it could be demand. It could be an issue with, you know, them starting to produce it and something's wrong with the dyes. Yeah, there's just too much speculation.
But I do think they probably, it wouldn't surprise me if they're not having trouble finding silver because it's in demand.
Yeah.
and great quantity. I'm sure they can find it, but they need so much to make coins. It's possible. I never thought of that.
Yeah. Like you guys said, I don't really know. It's kind of a loaded question because you can't really answer it and be 100% accurate. But
no,
I mean, it's very possible.
HVAC had a good. He's been asking name brand rounds versus generic, and we've said this time and time again. If you're stacking to have silver, go with the generic rounds. You're going to save the money. You know, if you're trying to do collectibles, name brand is nice. It's going to have a premium, but you know, if you want to get more for your buck,
it's possible. What he means by name brand versus generic, though, is like Sunshines versus just your generic Buffaloes with no, identifier on them.
Someone said silver spiking again, and I just checked it. It's up 14 cents, 27.79. So since we went live, we really spiked silver.
I'm seeing.
See the effect we have.
Seeing 27.80 bid, 27.90 ask. Yeah, you remember that Sunday after when the video I released Sunday morning when APMEX pulled all their silver off, and I put that video out about them pulling it in a whole silver squeeze. Did you see that Kitco switched their spread from buy ask to $1?
Oh, I know. Hey, I did a video too, and yes. And did you see the one where that had JM Bullion, where they do maybe $1 million on a Sunday? That Sunday they did 27 million, and people want to say, well, they pulled it off their site because of this or that. No, I mean, what are you going to do? They don't. That's 27 times what they're used to doing.
Right.
It's not. They're not trying to be shady. I mean,
I got comments on that video saying, oh, they're not actually out of stock. They're just not selling it. I'm like, I know. The message quite literally said, we're not selling until the market's open. They didn't say
that's
they
the
were
way
out of
dealers
stock.
were doing. All the groups, everybody was doing that. They were waiting for the market to open because you can short yourself. I mean, literally, and have to replace it and to fill orders. And I lost money on a Kennedy $half roll, and I lost money on a Silver Eagle roll doing that. Someone had them put back and all, and I was selling so much that I'd had too much in it by the time I sold them, actually running through the system.
Don Dole says, what about the Mint canceling the George Washington crossing into Delaware? Did that happen?
I didn't hear about that happening unless it was announced in the last 24 hours.
I haven't heard about it.
Yeah, I haven't heard it.
Well, I haven't heard anything about that being canceled at all.
Oh, yeah, I haven't heard that either.
Have you heard anything about the 21 Morgan and Peace? I mean, they're still coming out.
They're still waiting.
Excited, more excited about that than any Mint release in a long time.
Oh my gosh, I know, and that's the problem. We're all too excited about it. You know what's going to happen? We're going to be fighting each other over
the price. That price is.
We all know the hype's there, and that's all it takes is popularity and that demand. And then them, I don't care how many they make, they're going to be worth some money.
Mr. Turtle's asking, what is the real difference, or what are the generic rounds versus non-generic? Listen, at the end of the day, if you go buy silver anywhere and there's not an additional premium, it's going to be a generic round. The Buffaloes are a well-known generic round. They mass-produced them. It's just announced as silver. But if you walk into your LCS or a silver dealer and you just ask them for generic rounds, it doesn't really matter what it is. It's a generic round is one that you're not going to pay much more of a premium on. Typically, $1 or $1.50 at most is what I've seen on premiums on generic rounds over spot. Unless Daniel, being a dealer, has something else he wants to add.
Yeah. I mean, what I would add to that is that a generic round to me is anything not produced by a mint, a U.S. or like a government mint. So you got Silvertown, they do their generic rounds. You got, so.
That I agree with that as well. It's just the way that he worded his question earlier. I just thought maybe he meant name brand versus non-name brand generics, like a Sunshine or, versus just a Buffalo. But yes, in my opinion, generic versus non-generic is like Buffaloes and generic rounds versus Silver Eagles, Maples, Cougar, and
I mean, it is kind of hard to think of the old Englehards as generic whenever they go for such a premium. But honestly, I mean, they're not buying a mint. I
don't know. I don't really consider Englehards generic, but
that's what I'm saying. It's hard to argue. I'm the same way because they go for such a premium.
That's why I don't ask for name brands necessarily. If I'm looking for generic, I just say, what do you have as generic rounds or bars? And typically I'll let the dealer just put it in front of me because that means I'm still getting the full troy ounce or whatever it is at the generic price. So that's what I go for.
Let's see. You cannot find any silver or buck over spot right now. Anything that's not an Eagle is generic. Yeah, if you can find silver or dollar over spot, please hook me up.
Well, I don't not anything. Okay.
No, go ahead.
No, I was saying anything that's not an Eagle is generic. I don't agree with that.
Oh, you consider everything generic except Eagles?
That's what he said. No.
Oh, gotcha.
I don't agree.
I do not agree with that.
I think we're all on the same page on what's generic here.
I mean, but to each their own. I mean, you're entitled to that opinion, but I disagree with it. Jeff Everett said, first off, let me read the super chat. Thank you so much for the 5 Ricky Dona. I really appreciate that. It definitely helps out. He says, Rob, have you bought any 3 Tips pure silver crystals?
I have not been any of S3 Tips pure silver crystals, although I do have some, but I have not bought any from S3 Tips. They usually go for quite a bit when he puts them on his eBay because his hand poured stuff goes for a ton because he has the video that shows he poured it, how he refined it. I love his stuff. It's beautiful, but no, I have not.
All right. And then Jeff Everett said, so the quarters will be in the annual sets and for circulation, but not in rolls or bags for collectors. So you'll still be able to find them out in circulation rolls. That's fine because we're all coin hunters anyway. So they just won't be selling them in bags, which is fine. I mean, fine for me. I'm sure some people may not be fine for. Actually, it makes them a little bit more rare if you think about it, because now you have to find them out there.
Hey, there's a good one by Release the Craigle.
Looking.
Right under Rob's.
Oh, I got it. I just bought an 1886 Morgan. I'm pretty sure it's been cleaned at some point, but it's still cartwheels and light. Can clean. So usually what happens when you have clean coin silver that has luster is it's not actually been cleaned per se, like with a brush or a rag or whizzed even, but it's been dipped in like a silver cleaner. Usually, and what you'll see is like the silver cleaner will get rid of most of, what's going on, but down like between the dentals and around the lower spots and the stars and in the hair, you can still see some of that, that black from where it was before. Usually it has trouble getting down in there. So you can definitely still see dipped like Morgans and things like that with the luster, but if it's been cleaned with a rag, usually you don't see it. Or
I'm still mad at an 1884 S that I knew was BU, and I sent it in for grading, and it came back as clean. So probably was dipped, but it had full luster, no whizzing, no scratches, no nothing. I was like, dude, this is a couple $1,000 coin. It's going to get at least a 63. Came back as clean, and I was confused. It was one of my submissions I had done before I had done videos on submissions, and and honestly, it had full luster, full cartwheel. I could not detect anything except for it's probably been dipped in.
And Dan's a pro, so Dan, do you want to add anything to what I said or disagree with what I said?
No, I totally agree. And one of the things I think not every single die finish that struck a coin or a Morgan dollar is the same, because you have die stages. Sometimes it's frosty, sometimes it looks a little cleaner. And if you add a dip, it makes it look really clean. And I think sometimes and I know for a fact they get it wrong. PCGs and NGC sometimes get that wrong. I've got some coins that I handle graded coins constantly, and Morgan dollars is my study. And I've seen coins that should never have been cleaned in their holders. And then I've seen coins that should have been. So, it's one of those things where it's human error. Most of the time I can tell when a coin's clean, but like you said, Silver Seeker there, if it's not whizzed and it's not harsh, then it's 50-50, and like I said, sometimes even the die finish can come off there a little bit and it'll start looking like it's more shiny than it should.
Someone said the refresh kit code, and they're right. It's up to $27.89 bid. It's still going. Silver Seeker, is it good to invest in gold as well as silver? I mean, in my opinion, yes. I'm definitely much more interested in silver, but I do have a little bit of gold as well. That was by Treasure Seeker. Sorry, should have clicked it. And let's see. Jim Davis, we already answered that question. I would not take it out of the GSA holder. He asked again if he should take his CC out of the GSA. David Donovan, thank you for the 5. That's awesome, dude. I really appreciate it. Here we go. Coin Help You. What is your opinion on the new crypto backed by gold contract as expected by being new GXS? Just
not my wheelhouse.
Yeah, I don't. He asked you, so I brought it up, but I don't know much about it either.
I mean, I guess if it's starting to be backed by some type of precious metal, it's a good thing. That's all I could say on that, honestly. Yeah. That would be my opinion.
Right. If a coin is cleaned, what happens to the value of a coin, says Kevin Pratt? Depends on the coin. If you clean a nice 1893, like an uncirculated 93S, you threw away thousands of dollars.
Although it's still worth thousands of dollars.
Yeah, but it's worth worth thousands and thousands less.
Right.
I'll tell you this: it depends on what that coin looks like after it's cleaned.
Yeah.
And what details grade it is.
Right.
That goes a long way, and what holder it's in. But I have clean coins on my site. I can't hardly sell them, so
I mean, if you had an 09 SVDB set that had MS details and it was cleaned, I'm sure you could find buyers at high prices for that all day long, especially if it looks nice in the holder.
You mentioned that. I'm glad you brought that up because I can sell clean copper better than I can sell clean silver.
I was going to say copper
hands down. You put a 1909 SVDB up there and it could be a turd. They're buying it.
Yeah.
I hate to say that, but
I mean, large sense and all. I mean, any copper, cleaned or not, if it has good details and it looks good in the holder, they'll buy it almost at the graded value as if it had that grade of whatever the details are.
That's funny because I noticed the same thing.
Yeah.
Same thing. That's what I did. I bought a bunch. I bought a 14D, a 1909S, a 1908S Indian, a 1909S Indian. All of them were altered collar, some crazy thing on it, and they were in annex holders and ICG or something. And I thought, well, yeah, I'll go ahead and hit it. So I bought them off the dealer, and I put them up on the site. And I've had the other silver up there that's been cleaned, my seated and all that, and those are gone now. They was gone over the weekend.
Yeah. Yep.
I'm just agreeing and nodding. What are we at? We're at 7:56, guys. We only have a few minutes left. I want to say a couple of things. I know for a fact we missed a lot of questions, and it's always not on purpose. Sometimes I think we should do this more often than once every 2 weeks, but we'll probably have Dan back again in the future. He's definitely on our list of people to re-invite back. It's been a blast. Go ahead.
I was just going to ask. So we postponed a week. We're still on for this next week then, right?
If you guys want to go on 6 days from now on your channel, Raven, I'm totally okay with that. If you want to wait another week, I'm fine with that too.
It's up to Rob. Well, because I kind of, the guy that I got coming, it's one of those things where he put the time aside already.
Then Raven, I'm totally good with it, man. I'm the one who threw the wrench in this plan, so I can be back-to-back weeks.
Okay. I'll email him ahead of time. If he says he's flexible, then we'll go the 2 week route that we normally do. If he says he's not available, then we'll still stick with March 1st.
Okay. Well,
right.
I'm good. I'm good either way. I really am. And if Rob's good, then it's fine with me.
And he's announced it already on his own channel. For those of you that do not know, either this week or the following week, Sal from Salivate Metal will be our next guest.
He'll be our first guest. He'll be our first guest that doesn't show his face.
He'll have the thing like Rob here, the face filter. I know that. I felt bad. It was funny because I told Secret I was all happy. I was like, I got a guest. I'm stoked. He's, and he's like, but wait, he doesn't show his face. And I was like, oh, you're right. I've been potatoed.
I just want the price of gold to go up and not drop.
You want it to drop in your lap, though.
Yeah, I do want that. I do want that.
Oh, wait, it didn't work. There it goes.
Somebody wants they're having Sister Seeker withdrawals here.
Oh my goodness!
Goodness gracious! Are you happy? All right. So
I'm telling you, Seeker, in jail, you'd be in trouble.
So here we go. I just want to say a couple of things. First, Rob, did you hit 90,000?
No, I'm 30 away. It's fine. I got 20 during the stream. They're awesome. We'll hit it, and I'll announce it tomorrow, hopefully on my Wednesday stream.
Well, I was just gonna say, guys, if you could do me a favor, make sure you go over to Ravenhawk Coins and subscribe. Go over to Coin Help You and subscribe, and go over to Rob, subscribe. Let's show these guys some love. And of course, we're going to be on Raven's channel next week. So if you want to watch us next week, make sure you subscribe to Raven so you don't miss it. Let's get Rob to 90K. And then, of course, guys, our awesome guest, Dan from Coin Help You. Guys, if you are interested in the behind the scenes of running a coin shop and from a dealer's perspective, one of the best channels out there to go to. And he's been growing very fast as a result. And the guy lives up to everything that he says. An amazing channel, an amazing person. And anyone who's not over at Coin Help You should absolutely go over there and show that sub love for sure. So Guys, outside of that, it is 8 o'clock, and we did say we would only stick to 1 hour. So we're trying to stick to that. I know it's hard to not continue to stream when you had...
It really is.
I mean, we had 500 people watching a couple of minutes ago when I said, all right, we're going to go ahead and start winding down here. It's hard to quit streaming when you got 500
it's the
people
same
watching.
thing with me and you. I mean, it's it shows that there's a momentum here. I mean, it's really good.
I think I'd have a small coronary if I saw 500 on the screen.
Hey, let's try and do it next week. Everyone sub the Raven, and let's get over there next week and make it.
I can tell you something. Sure. I am 100% humbled, period. And I appreciate you guys having me on here. And I will do it again if you have me back.
Oh, we'd love to have you back.
I appreciate it.
Definitely. You're way cool.
Eventually we'll run out of new people, so we'll have to go back.
Anytime you need to dig down the bottom of the barrel, Coin Help You's available.
But you got to get Seeker convinced to grow more of a beard. I see him growing it out a little.
A little bit.
Look, mine's white. I swear it's here.
Let me get rid of that. There we go. That's better.
Okay,
are we gonna have beard stream?
Yeah. Oh, what the hell? It was a filter. He got me good with the filter.
So he can put a beard on anytime he wants.
Yeah, I just remove the beard. See, it's gone.
We'll have if we can get him to grow the beard, then we'll do a fundraiser of shaving the beards.
He needs to use Sasquatch soap. That's what its secret is.
Sasquatch soap makes you look like this.
Oh my goodness!
It's soap for your man parts.
Have you ever seen a Viking with so good teeth? Right?
Hey, wait. Okay, so what filter did you? I'll ask off of that.
That's good. We better get off of here. These guys are probably thinking we're weird now. People
are
all right, guys. Hey, thank you again. It's been a blast. We loved having you here, and we look forward to seeing you guys. Let's just keep it next week, Raven. So we'll see you guys next week on Raven's channel on Monday at around the same time.
Seeker, or do you want to do Tuesday?
Seeker, you've had a few requests, so before you publish the stream or as you publish it, they want everyone's channel links down below in the video description. I thought you already had them there.
Oh, did I not do that? Oh my gosh.
Rookie.
Oh no, I am horrible at this. I hope my mods were awesome enough to post those links. There's Rob's. Let me go ahead and get Coin Help You. I mean, these are easy to find. Just search Coin Help You, and it will pop up. Search Rob Finds Treasure, it will pop up. Search for Ravenhawk Coins, it will pop up. But there is Coin Help You's, and let me go ahead and get Raven's. I am so sorry. That is... Wow, I'm a straight noob. If you want to kick me off next week, I totally understand.
Are we,
all right, and there is Ravens.
So are we going back to Monday night?
Yeah, the only reason we didn't do it this week is because Rob threw a wrench for last week. I'd already agreed to be on Penny Dogs last night.
Right.
So we had to move it to Tuesday. But yeah, we're going to stick to Mondays unless things pop up like what happened recently. So.
And Doug Ford said, "You're fired."
I believe it. All right, guys. Well, do you guys want to say any parting words?
Raven, go ahead, brother.
Hey, I just want to say a big thank you for everybody being here tonight. The love from the community is just awesome. Seeing some of the bigger channels up in the room as well, Half Dollar Make You Hollers here and a whole bunch of people. I mean, 500 in the room at once is just awesome. And I look forward to seeing this just continue to do well. Coin Help You, awesome guest. Look forward to, getting to know him more and seeing him on here again. I mean, I'm really, really having fun with this with you guys. We have a lot of fun. And people get to have fun. That's my point. Have fun.
That's right. Have at it, Dan.
Hey, it's been a blast. I love doing this. This is what it's all about. Don't even know you guys, and we get on here, and it's like we know each other, and makes the hobby fun. We're all connected. This is what I like. I never realized YouTube would be like this, but thanks a lot, guys. I appreciate it.
Yep.
Sure.
And do. Rob, take us out, man.
I'm going to leave with just one word, Seeker. Kennedy!